Mary had a little man.
We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe it.
Help is on the way.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show. Turn up your mind.
She's doing a porn company promotion at a golf tournament. His infant son is 4 months old. He has his bodyguard ask her if she'd like to have dinner. So she goes to his room. There is no dinner. He's wearing satin pajamas. She says, get dressed. He tells her, I'll get you onto my reality competition TV show and I will help you cheat at it. Right? He gives her he says, I'll give you advance notice of the challenges on the show and that will help you. He tells her, oh, me and my wife don't sleep in the same room. He asks her when she was last tested for sexually transmitted diseases. He tells her she reminds him of his daughter. Ew. She goes to the bathroom. She comes out of the bathroom and he is stripped down to his underpants. And she tries to leave. And he steps between her and the door. And she doesn't want to do it. She says she doesn't feel threatened, but he says to her, I thought you were serious about what you wanted. If you ever want to get out of that trailer park, they have sex. She is not into it. He does not wear a condom. That is particularly concerning to her, and he should know that it is because she has just explained that to him about her work in the adult film industry. They meet several more times. He makes more sexual advances. They never have sex again. And ultimately, it is only when he finally says, no, I'm not putting you on my TV show, that she stops picking up his calls. I mean, that's the character. I mean, Jimmy Carter almost lost in 1976 because he said he'd committed lust in his heart. But this is who we're thinking about putting back in the White House right now, along with what he is threatening to do to the country, in part out of anger for the criminal liability that he has brought on himself by trying to cover up things like this, behavior like this, character like this.
Exactly. Thank you, Rachel. That was a beautiful explanation, the only one that I actually got yesterday, because we can't see the freaking trial. And so we have to rely on people reading the Google Doc and telling us what the testimony was. This is so sad. And you now know why. I mean, the idea that if America was watching, if America could hear this testimony, if America understood why Stormy Daniels got into such detail yesterday, and all we know is that the detail was so offensive that Trump was sitting there muttering and cursing at her audibly, to the point where the judge actually had to call Todd Blanche, the attorney for Donald Trump, to a sidebar and say to him at the bench, I can hear him. The witness can hear him. He's intimidating the witness. The jury can hear him. Tell him to shut up. Everyone can hear him. So, and he's obviously saying F you to her, you know. He's telling her, you know, go F yourself and F you, especially when she gets to the part about they don't sleep together, Melania and him. That's when he starts to curse. That's when he starts to use obscenities towards her, about her, loudly enough that people in the jury pool, in the jury box, and Stormy Daniels, the witness, and the lawyers at both tables can hear him, and the judge can hear him. So he says, you know, listen, this is contemptuous. I will have to hold him in contempt. This would be, you know, lucky number 11. Right? Lucky number 11. What is it? You know, in Trump world, it's like 11 strikes and you're out. Because he's been held in contempt 10 times already. 10 times, and we're not talking about lock him up. Okay? I mean, this is what the Trumpers, you know, love to yell at people. Lock him up, lock her up, right? Well, he hasn't gotten locked up, and 10 times he's been held in contempt of court. So we were guessing that it would be lucky number 11. You know, 11 strikes and you're out. 11 strikes and you go to the Hoosgow. 11 strikes and you're put in Rikers, you know, whatever. Where he could visit with his CFO, Alan Weisselberg. Such a twisted... And we can't see it on the TV. Now, you know, if we could see it on the TV, if we could actually have heard this testimony yesterday, it would have sounded very familiar to us. It would have sounded a lot like the Access Hollywood tape, meaning I don't even ask. I just start kissing. You can grab them. You could do anything you want. The reason why, and I was dying to know, like, what the mistrial thing was about yesterday. What was that about? The mistrial thing yesterday was about this. Stormy Daniels, when she was telling the story, never accused Donald Trump of committing a sexual crime against her, not sexual battery, not rape, not anything, nothing. However, she did say he blocked the door, which could sound sort of non-consensual, but she said, no, I didn't feel that way. I am not a victim. She has repeatedly said this over the years, okay? She wasn't accusing him of a crime. She wasn't accusing him of rape. She wasn't accusing him of, anything that he's not been charged with in this case, right? But she was saying, and women know what this means. We all do. She said there was a power imbalance. He blocked the door. Apparently, they had talked. I didn't know any of this about their entire exchange of fluids. Ew. I did not know. I know. I didn't know anything about this, okay? But now we know what the whole story is. And the story is basic. So she worked for Wicked Films, and she was manning a like a table, like I've done it too as a disc jockey or a talk show host. You get a table at an event, let's say it's Netroots or something like that, right? And you get the table and you promote yourself that way. So she was at a table at a Lake Tahoe golf tournament, promoting Wicked as a company, and she was the spokesperson that day. And Donald Trump sent Keith Schiller, his bodyguard, over to say to her, hey, Donald Trump, Donald Trump from the Celebrity Apprentice, he can make you a star, Donald Trump would like to have dinner with you. And she was like, no, I don't think so. She wasn't into it. She said no. And then he pressured her again. Keith Schiller did, asked her again. She said, I have a previous engagement, but I don't really want to do it. I don't really want to go out with that guy. So, maybe I would. Maybe I will. Where does he want to have dinner? Oh, in his hotel room. He's got the penthouse. And she goes to the penthouse that night for dinner, and he shows up in like satin pajamas. And this girl is so tough. She really is. What she said? She said to him, did you steal those from Hugh Hefner? Go put some clothes on. Go get dressed. Take that off and put some clothes on. And he freaking does it. This is the man that wants you to believe he's so tough. So he goes, he changes. There's no dinner. So they sit and they're talking, and he starts asking her business questions, which she likes. She finds that appealing because he knows she's in the porn business, but he's not asking about the sex. He's not asking about how do you fake it or whatever. Like, he did bring it up once, and he said something like, how many times do you have to do it? She goes, it's like the WWE, It's all pre-planned. You know what I mean? Like, everything is pre-staged. It's much more like WWE than you're thinking, Anyway, then he starts asking her these are her words, very well thought out business questions. And she was interested in talking to him some more because she always viewed him as a businessman. In fact, her publicist told her, keep the date, go to his hotel room because he's a businessman. What could go wrong? Famous last words. So he's talking business. They talk for hours. Did you know that? I didn't know. They talk for hours. It's going well. And then finally she says, all right, I'm going to go after hours of talking. But can I use your bathroom? So she goes into the bathroom where he's got a Dobbs kit. He's got like a little, toiletry kit. She looks in there. He has Old Spice. Oh, my God. And she wanted to know for her own curiosity, like, how does he do that hair thing that he does? Like, how does he... And so she notices his shampoo is Pert Plus. She's offering these details. Why? Because he's called her a liar for 18 years, okay? For 18 years, he's denied that she was ever there, that this ever happened, that he even ever met her. He does it with everybody. And so she thought she would include details in her testimony. Now, why did she get into the power imbalance, and why did she get into the idea that he blocked the door? But she was like... She actually testified that she said to herself, it was kind of like that rush you get when all the blood drains from your head and you feel like you're going to pass out. When she walked out of the bathroom, he's on the bed in his panties, posing on the bed. She said she nearly fainted from it, but because she didn't know what she had said or done that would give him the impression that after hours of talking business, she was going to jump into that bed with him. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.